What's going on with AI? We'll get more into it in the next slide, but like you have business to business and business to consumer. AI has taken all the business to consumer jobs. So whether you're on the tech side or the marketing side, pretty much everyone I networked with has said you want to go to business to business. So that's like what we'll be focusing on the most in today's session, if that's cool.
Sir.
So I'm Jonathan. Like I was saying earlier, I'm a content creator. Like I run a business, do commercials, all that stuff. And then I lead AMA. So my overall goals kind of just, marketing is a pretty underrepresented discipline, in my opinion. There could definitely be more job opportunities for us. So I just want to like make those, create pipelines for hiring, introduce like different careers, give updates like this on stuff that's actually affecting your industry, not just like useless theories we learn in like 5 different classes.
Yeah, so my name is Angad, and I'm a business student, MIS. I run an AI club and the vice president. And so a lot of my focus has been just expansion growth as much as we can, because we want to really transition our club to be like the next level for next semester. So that's been like outreach, big events, stuff like that. And that's been my primary focus. But aside from all that, my passion is I love to swim. I like to go out, like to eat. I love to like go travel, stuff like that. So that's more about me specifically. So.
And then before I even get into this, that's why we were really excited for today, because every AMA event has been like around content creation so far, the majority. So being able to like talk about AI with him and he's like going to demo it all, super cool stuff. But yeah, for today's icebreaker, please appreciate all the time I took to replicate ChatGPT one-to-one. As a practical assessment to figure out where you lie on AMI or AI, what's your major? What's your AI usage? And this is a safe space. We can all be honest with each other. And have you seen an AI advertisement besides Coca-Cola? If so, what was it?
My name's Armon. I'm a CS major. I use AI a lot for coding projects, not school related, but just like projects. And when I'm trying to find like a library or something, like I ask AI, like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Like, is there any like library or open source code that can help me? And that's like my main use case these days. Is like coding and discovering what tools I can use.
In the AI ad, have you seen any, or you just can't recognize them?
What do you mean?
The AI advertisements, can you not recognize them, or none come to mind?
AKA any AI slop.
Yeah.
Oh, I think like you can kind of tell AI ads. Like a lot of them use the same voice, but they've gone a lot better over the years. Like
Agreed, yeah.
In the back.
My name is Ruben, and right now I'm in electrical engineering. My AI usage mainly just to help with like simple stuff, like just to help myself organize, like if I just like a calendar to have it organized, and also just like ask a question about like just like you said, like different tools and like AI advertisement. I've seen a couple like about like surveillance or like about like something military. I forgot exactly what it was. It was promoting like AI involvement in like the military. Is what I remember.
Yeah. Very good.
My name is Sam. I'm a senior. I'm a double major in data analytics and marketing. I use AI primarily to study for like exams, as Jonathan very well knows. The shared trauma of a 10% in Python. And I've been seeing like ChatGPT, like advertisements like for ChatGPT, like going around as of recent.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much like out there like AI, but a couple things.
No?
Okay, so my name is Cassie. I'm a marketing major. I use AI mostly to study, like ask it to like walk me through this or whatever. I don't know if I really see like AI advertisements. To be honest, I don't really watch ads. Like
You just scroll?
I just scroll through it, or like,
Right.
I just do anything else. But I'm sure there are some, and I have seen like the ChatGPT ads.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Very good.
What apps do you guys use to like study? Use like Notebook LM? I know Google has their own solution. Or do you just kind of put all your notes into ChatGPT and have it like organize the data? Like, what's your guys' strategy?
I use ChatGPT, like you said. Like I just put everything in, and then I ask it questions once it has like all the background information.
That's good. That's good. It's such a crazy to this only started happening like 2 years ago. If I like back then, it would have been like the best thing ever. But now I'm like almost done with classes. I'm like, I wish I had that sooner. So
Does yeah, I'm a Claude boy. Does anyone else wanna go before I go and he goes, or
I use Gemini.
okay,
That's about it.
okay,
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT,
Yeah.
okay,
I would also say I'm a Claude person. I feel like compared to ChatGPT, Claude does a better job of explaining concepts
Yeah.
conceptually. And also, when it comes to showing diagrams or things more visually, ChatGPT doesn't do such a good job, so Claude definitely is better in my opinion.
yeah, it tries to play Picasso, bro. Like, what were you guys' names?
My name is Rishi.
And you are
I should.
okay. Good to meet you both. So I'm Jonathan, senior, same thing as him, data analytics and marketing, double concentration. When it comes to using AI, I use it for everything. I'm like kind of the problem with this world. I use it for like calorie burning estimates. I'll yap about my food intake. It'll give me a rough estimate on my calorie intake. I'll use it for like spec script revision, schoolwork, studying, ad copywriting. I'm not going to embarrass myself anymore, but yeah, I use it for quite a bit. And I see a lot of AI advertisements on LinkedIn. That's why I'm surprised no one like had a very specific example or anything.
So for me, I would say like my major is business and my concentration is management information systems. And then for my AI usage, heavy. I go between Perplexity, Gemini, Chat, but mostly I'm more focused on Perplexity because it has all my has all the data about me, so it's able to like figure out and give me tailored results the way I like it. So it's really good at looking at past chats and explaining things the way I like it to do it. So that's would be like the one. And I use it for like my health. So like I have Perplexity Health, and I put my my watch tracks all my vitals and stuff. So I'm able to see like a really nice overview of my health all in the dashboard. It can give me personalized answers based on like my food, diet, blood pressure, things like that. So that's something I'm really heavily into. Another one is I use Gemini a lot for image generation, so along with Copilot, especially making flyers and stuff. For brainstorming, I'm really huge into using, I like Grok sometimes. Grok can be a little unhinged at times, but you know, I would say mostly Gemini 3.1 Pro is the top level, my go-to.
Yeah.
And then for the last one, I would say, funny story is like, I was like downstairs, I was, before I came here like a couple of days ago, I was on a trip to Kansas City. And my cousins, they're like scrolling on YouTube Shorts on the TV of all things. And I'm like, what is going on? This is all AI slop. And I'm like, what the heck? It's everything is AI slop. I'm like, oh, it's like top 5 moments, and they kind of bait you. Like they use guilt tactics to be like, subscribe and this and that. I'm like, all of that stuff is AI advertisements.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So that'd be it.
Which yeah leads us directly into this like pretty crazy point. So the amount of marketers not using AI is 4%. So that's why I was really excited for this event, because it's wild. So 57% of B2B teams, like I was saying, will focus on business to business today, use AI chatbots. So kind of grabbing, customer churn risk, all that kind of stuff. 59% of teams rely on AI for data insight. So coding majors, listen up. 71% of B2B marketers use generative AI weekly. That's why, like I was saying, I see a lot of LinkedIn ad slop, a lot for their newsletters and stuff. And then 20% use it daily, primarily for content creation, brainstorming, and visual storytelling, kind of like we were saying. So disruptions, it's kind of killing organic traffic. When we think about what organic traffic is, like I'm sure all of us in this room know what an SEO is. But with others like using ChatGPT, Perplexity more commonly, what sources are they pulling? So that's kind of what's screwing it all up, because it's no longer referring to what Google suggests, it's referring to what the AI wants. So while Google AI overviews trigger on roughly 25% of all searches, which is closer to 48% B2B, LinkedIn has become the #1 AI citation source for professional B2B queries, with Wikipedia and Reddit, which is also crazy. So yeah, B2B brands are rethinking their entire content strategy around this, in terms of like having AI do that ad copy for their LinkedIn or generative AI, whatever it may be. How can we get our source shown first for them to cite in queries? And then AI agents, like I was saying, the chatbots that B2B uses primarily. So ChatGPT ads are being watched closely as the potential new B2B acquisition channel. OpenAI, which I don't know if you guys heard, they just released the most advanced and it follows this whole cycle of it. But they're predicted to reach a 2.5, it should be billion dollar ad revenue in 2026. So agents are now handling really specific tasks. So stuff we went to school for, marketers, that like you're supposed to get a job in, they're doing. Competitive analysis, keyword monitoring, content briefing, campaign tracking, all the A/B testing, all that stuff to secure like a cheaper cost per mil. How much can I show this to 1 million consumers at what cost? It's doing all that way more efficiently. So Gartner's predicting agentic AI, one like CRM, is becoming the marketing operating system that 40% of enterprise applications will include task-specific AI agents for by the end of 2026. It's really terrifying. Do you guys know these terms, demand and lead gen? I figured.
Raise your hand if you know these terms. Yeah, one person.
Yeah, that's wild. I wasn't taught it in school either. I didn't start learning this till I attended networking conferences. And these are terms that they use and you need to be familiar with because like I was saying, B2C is cooked, B2B is where you want to go in marketing. So like all of us know the marketing funnel, awareness, interest, consideration, conversion, loyalty, even non-marketing majors. So demand gen's focusing on the awareness aspect. How can I create that demand with people that might be interested? And so that covers the entire buyer journey from like the initial education to the actual purchase. So kind of going into that like consideration, conversion. But it's trying to identify the customer problems. We can solve those with generative AI through like blogs, reels, maybe like demonstrations of your software you're trying to market. Overall, it's just creating brand awareness, interest, and trust. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so yeah, B2B marketers will specialize in one of these. So then the other one is lead gen. That's our generation that is our lead. Like who do we already have captured? How do we keep them retained? And so that's through engaging with the audience across like multiple different ways, I guess, on multiple platforms. So maybe the content you create to promote and, you know, generate demand, you can repurpose and create like, I don't know, one demonstration could become 5 different Instagram videos. That's what's keeping my, the ones that are already followed, the ones that are already converted, that's what's keeping them hooked. That's what we call it touch points in copy. That could be things like sending a birthday letter. We had a guest speaker come in and cover touch points pretty well. Maybe it could be replying to comments, very small things that keep them hooked. And then also gathering contact information through different channels for that data-driven strategy we were just talking about, and then retaining prospects by guiding them through the buyer's journey to conversion, similar to this. So overall, it's just like keeping ads in front of people, keeping them hooked. Everyone cool with those? Okay.
All right, so we're going to talk about AI usage. So start from visual assets like logos, how to do color, the sizing, and then for the long form content, that's like making our blog post, a demo video, a landing page. We're going to cover all these things in this section here. So one of the other cool things that who here has seen videos like scrolling on YouTube Shorts or Instagram or anywhere where it seems like they're like podcast clips and they have like little text over them. Anybody? Yeah, so we're going to go over exactly the tools that they use to do that. And then we're going to also talk about how they push all the content in one place and the solutions for that. So we're going to get right into it.
Before we do, I'd say this is a good time. Well, 2 points. Just so everyone's following, these 2 are for that demand gen we were talking about, creating the long form assets to attract attention. This is going to be that whole like repurpose and distribution I was talking about. So that's more of your lead gen. How do we keep it in front of them?
All right, so my name is Angad Dovin, and my background is more like, you know, of course, AI Club Vice President, doing the marketing, social media management, the outreach, stuff like that. And then also Mason Cable Network. I did a big live broadcast, like this big dance event. It was like 700 viewers. Also like went to an air show, got the badge and everything. Did that for Mason Cable Network. And then in my own personal channel, I record a lot of interviews, do a lot of car content, and a lot of like air show reels and stuff like that. So like it's kind of like all my hobbies in one place. All right, so this here is like the big summary, all the tools in one place. So let's go one thing at a time. So fast file transfers. So you probably heard of AirDrop. Who here has an iPhone? Of course, everybody got an iPhone. So we're talking about the different options, especially, I know iPhones, I don't think you guys can take files from your iPhone and send them to your PC. So I'll teach you guys that today. And another one is Quick Share, which is for Android users. Who here has an Android phone? There we go, for you in the back. And then we'll talk about screen recording, like the different ways, like OBS, how to set up OBS. Then we're gonna get into all the different editing strategies, like the clip creators, the video editors themselves, how to upscale images and pictures and videos. Then I'll talk about flyers. So how to build from scratch really well articulated flyers. And we will use ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. And I'll be demoing that today. And then lastly is descriptions. Is like, you know, with marketing, you have to create a description about what your end goal is, or trying to make your kind of convert your user to maybe sign up for a product or sign up for a service. So talk about what are the best tools to really kind of automate or help you with that work and kind of coordinate a plan. So these are the different tools. So, all right, so AirDrop, of course, this is only for Apple ecosystem. So if you have only like a Mac or whatever, like iPhone and Mac, that's the best thing you could use. Local send, this is a very new application. This allows, I could take that Android phone and I could take a MacBook and I can share the files really quickly with local send. The reason why I bring this up is because making a lot of content, it helps with having a very consistent process with delivering video files quickly to your computer or your phone really quickly. So I'll show you guys also Quick Share. This is this supports Android, so this goes, it's installed on if you own an Android phone, this is pre-installed on your device. So this allows you to send files directly to your computer really quickly. All right. I'm going to show you guys real quick about Quick Share. All right, so this is Quick Share. So what this does is I can go to my phone right there and I can easily, I'm talking the speed is extremely fast. Like you don't have to sit there, upload to OneDrive or Google Drive. The file just goes straight to your device really quickly. And it doesn't require, technically does not even require actual Wi-Fi or like internet. You're not really storing the file on the internet and then re-downloading it again. So this is really good. This is a really great tool. All right, so this is the 3 different tools that they all have different, I would say different focuses. So the one that everybody knows about is Opus Clip, but there's also 2 underrated video clip editors. One, this Wizard application is really good for podcasting. That's really what they mostly advertise it to do. So it's really good at taking like 3 hours of video and really making bite-sized clips. And it has a different way of doing it. And I think this tool is really good in general. Now, Opus Clip is focused more on reach. So that means like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. This is your go-to tool. And it also does give you like credits every month, so you don't have to pay for it. Then QSO AI. This one is more for like blogs and also does it also posts your content to all your platforms in that one space. So if you want a really all-in-one space to do it, QSO and Opus Clip are the best options. All right, I'm gonna go through, show you guys real quick. Opus Clip. Let's see, ETA. So right now I'm waiting for, probably have to wait for 10 minutes. So I'll show you guys what the results are for that in a moment. All right. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. YouTube and TikTok have a huge amount of AI generated content. And this is hugely crazy for marketing, because in the past, in marketing, like you could have been like a social media manager, go to companies and stuff, but now what's happening is that there's these tools that kind of do that kind of whole role itself. And so this is like more of what is that situation going on? And the problem right now, it's really not authentic and people know it. So in the long term, it's not going to stick, because at the end of the day, having a YouTube brand is all about trust. And you're not likely going to watch this and be like, I want to subscribe. You're going to subscribe to that person who made a real impact with what they said and it stuck with you. And that's something AI cannot convey as well as a human can. So let's go into each of these. So this one is about the YouTube AI slop craze. So this I've actually seen, like I talked to you guys in the beginning, that as a new user to YouTube, my cousins were like browsing, and majority of their content was just AI generated. And this is that whole strategy. I asked the AI, I was like, how are people doing this? What is the strategies? I wanted to reverse engineer and understand why it's happening. So this is the script that they use. So the funny thing is they use repetitive songs. Who here has heard a repetitive song like on a short or something? You guys heard it. It's like crazy. So they use these catchy songs to really like keep you engaged. And then another one is rage baiting. Who here knows about rage bait? Who here has gotten an experience where you watch something, you're like got pissed off, but it's like that was the whole intention of the video. Who here has that about everybody? So this is what is unfortunately the dark side of creating AI clips, because people are using this to really stimulate the human emotion, because anything emotional, it sticks and you remember it. And that's exactly why it happens. And then for here, talked about why do they use like these like really cringe songs and stuff like that? And it's actually a little dark. They use it because it catches your attention span. Because when you're scrolling, you have a decision to make and your brain's like, okay, is this something really different, unique? I'll watch it for the first 10 seconds. That's why they use like these tactics in those videos to really keep your attention. And like top 5 compilation, again, that's one of the most commonly AI generated reels. And then let's see what else here. Yeah, of course, sometimes at the end of these videos, they'll like say, oh, you guys subscribe. It'll be like guilt tripping you. Like, it's not great. But let's a little more positive perspective. There are people who are making content with AI that is genuinely great. But unfortunately, there is a dark side to it. And I want to kind of address that in the room, because that's 20% of YouTube is AI slop. It's crazy. But the good thing is that having long-term traction, as you know, a lot of you guys are into marketing, you got to create content that isn't short-term, that's about sensory overload or top 5. It's about creating authentic content that makes your user base loyal to you and interested in what you're saying, because everybody prefers a human versus a robot. All right, we're going to talk about Opus Clip. Let's see if that finished up. Let's see here. Let's see. Almost there, guys. I guess we'll do it a little later, but it's almost finished. All right, so this is really cool. This is something I recently did. Who here has watched the Mario Galaxy movie? Got a couple people. So I'm a huge personal fan of Nintendo's Mario Galaxy series. When I was really young, I played Mario Galaxy on the Wii, both the first and the second game. And so when I found out there was officially going to be a real movie about it, I was like, I am a huge fan. So one of the things I did, I put up a poster in my movie theater. But what a problem I faced is that the official Nintendo on the website itself, it was a limited size of resolution. It was like, I think, 1080p. And so what I did, I used a tool called Quality Scaler, and it did an offline upscale to 4K resolution. And this also does videos. So I just kind of showed this for demonstration. So you guys can see the notable difference of upscale quality. So you can see how it's really pixelated. And this side, it's really much better. So you can see the sharpened artifacts. And so what happens is that this model, it does the work and it creates this outputted result. And I use this for videos. So if you have any videos and stuff like that, this is really great. Because what it's going to do is it's going to utilize your GPU itself to upscale the image of every frame in that video. And then it's going to compile that together and make you a high quality upload or video itself. And so this is the hack that people use to take like really old family photos that are really low resolution and upscale them to a quality that they've never seen before. So this tool is low-key great.
What's the name of it again?
Sorry?
What's the name of the software again?
It is called Quality Scaler. Yeah. So I did a lot of research on this, and a lot of this stuff is paid. Like a lot of the tools that are out there, like websites. But I found this tool out of all of them, it was paid, but you own it and it has everything in it. And so you don't have to do the work to compile something from GitHub from scratch. So I really like this. All right, so next one is CapCut. So we're gonna go on the desktop here. I'm gonna show you guys how to make CapCut content. I see his templates here. So it's not quite AI, and unfortunately my phone's being used, but on the phone itself, there's a feature called AutoCut. And what it does is it can take a string of videos and it can just do all the editing for you using AI. So it'll stitch up like the top maybe 4 seconds of each clip. That is the most important. And then it just compiles that for you. And it's really cool. Let me show you. So this is just templates. You can look you guys into that. That's how people make really viral tech talks. So let's talk about my obsession with Perplexity. So who here has heard about Perplexity? Okay, great. We got a lot of people. I'm glad you know about it. Who here is on the student plan for Perplexity? Okay, this is highly underrated. So one of the coolest things about Perplexity is look at this. All the AI models in one place. You don't have to sign up for a bunch of subscriptions to just Claude or just Gemini or just GPT. It includes everything in one place. Think of it as a Google search for AI models. And it includes some of the top LLMs on LLM Arena. So anybody here heard of LLM Arena? Okay, there we go. So I like to explain it as a benchmarking site for AIs. So what it does is that each AI is tested in a certain prompt and the output is scored. And so what happens is that the site just gives you a bunch of the top LLMs that are in the world. So as you guys can see, Gemini 3.1 Pro, Claude Sonnet, that's a great one. I know we got a lot of Claude fans. You got GPT 5.4 Pro and Grok. All right.
Each time you query, you can only use one of them, or they try everything, give you the best answer.
Sorry, what was that?
So when you prompt, are you have to specifically pick which one you're going to use, or they are going to use everything and get the best result for you?
No, so unfortunately, every time you prompt it, you have the option to pick which LLM you want to use, and then through the middle of like the section, and like once you're, say you want to just change the model in the middle of your conversation, you're able to do that. So that's really cool about Perplexity. All right, let's see. So ironically, I asked Perplexity, what is advice for marketing students? Look at all my past chats and top tips. How do I effectively, from image generation, how I use it, how do I ask questions, everything. And what advice could you provide? So I asked Perplexity, and this is the detail it gave me. So number one, it said is mastering image generation. When designing visuals, you explicitly define the exact style and elements, such as requesting a simplified black drawing, use AI to leverage thumbnail variations of A/B testing. So like really common thing, I put two images together. I'm like, hey, make me a title for each of these and tell me what to do for A/B testing on YouTube. The next one is, let's see, translation copy, include specific metrics. Yeah, so that's also another thing. I really use it to help generate posts. So like I tell it like, hey, this is all the people, this is the things involved. Create me something that has everything included. Do not miss any detail. And the AI does a really good job with that. So let's see what else here. I use the AI's persistent memory to build a continuous professional profile using prompting from previous chats about my career, generating a highly personalized networking talking point for events, and all sorts of stuff. Like that's something I heavily use. So you remember when I came up here, I was like, Perplexity's history is one of the most powerful things about this stuff, because it's like a person. It remembers what you tell it, and you can kind of refer back to the past.
Which option you pick for the answer of this query?
It's how to ask it to like go back in the history?
I mean, it's just now you prompt, right? So which option you pick? ChatGPT 5.4, Gemini 3.1?
Oh, my go-to is Gemini 3.1 Pro.
You should also give a shout out to Comet, Perplexity's browser.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, so Comet is so great. That's one of the browsers that it literally does tasks for you. It can like grab things from their website and just articulate all that information in one place. So you don't have to take a bunch of screenshots. It's really good. That's a big shout out to Perplexity. Let me see, did I miss something? No. All right, so I asked Gemini, Perplexity, and chat, how do I use it for marketing? Because I know you guys are about marketing. How do you improve your strategies in terms of the AI, right? So one of the first thing is, instead of giving me a video script, you dive into the psychology and the mechanics of content creation. For the application, you brainstorm the ship towards algorithmic slop to the mechanic of faceless channel. So basically it's like a lot of research. Using it, sorry, it's a lot of information. I'm kind of like figuring out the highlights here. Let's see. Using app to really take the gap from an idea and really putting it towards an executed idea, something that's full scale. So I'm like, hey, this is an event or challenge I have. I want you to brainstorm some ideas and tell me what you would do if you were me. That's one of the easiest things I ask it. Another one is I asked Copilot, how do I generate flyers? I said, I told me the way I ask for a request is I'm very direct and context driven. So whenever I do a post or a flyer, I'm like, I give the speakers highlights. Like I look on their LinkedIn page and like they worked at Microsoft, they worked at CGI, and I kind of like, hey, now use all this information and make me a really good flyer. That's something that people actually will look at. And a key aspect is having a face, because psychologically, if you had a baby right here and a robot, you're more likely going to look at the baby, because your human psychology, you're just going to be more towards seeing a human face. It's built into us. So that's a huge aspect. So having a person's face in a flyer is key. Let's see. So with AI as an editing strategy tool, I ask about how to make wording shorter, how to add better emotional tone, how to add more professional phrasing, better branding, stuff like that. What people do, and this is, look at this. I just generated this right now. Well, I'm gonna find a better one here.
We had to address technical ROI. We can analyze source code to identify.
The hard part of it for cybersecurity as far as AI goes is figure out what everybody's using, because people love their AI. And they also love asking ChatGPT questions they shouldn't ask ChatGPT. Should we buy this thing that is procurement sensitive, we call it, and then we don't want people to know that we're doing it yet because there's competition between our vendors. And they put that out there.
We're looking at emerging.
So context for this is from our event that we hosted called the Cybersecurity Networking Forum. This is something we had. We had 5 speakers that are professionals from different industries, and I basically took our recording of 45 minutes and I put it into this tool, and it generated all the clips for me. I can post this on TikTok. I can export it right now. I can publish on social right there, and everything's in the tool itself.
What's the tool name again?
This is called Opus Clip.
It's a free version.
Yes, the free version gives you 60 credits per month, so about 1 hour of video. So this is one of the biggest examples of the power of AI. This is how people make their podcast videos and everything. Like you see, it made the titles, the descriptions, everything. You don't have to do anything, can work.
Oh, you just dump the video and they will generate the title.
It does everything. It makes you the 30-second video, puts the title, the thumbnails, everything. And it's optimized for virality. So it's meant to kind of hit the algorithm in a certain way. It has keywords that people search for on like TikTok or YouTube that appears on the top. So these are ready to go videos that you can just use. And that's the power of Opus Clip.
Majorly for voice, right?
Sorry?
Majorly for speech.
It can be anything.
How about just like a travel vlog, just like a shooting everywhere?
I think it could do that too, but I think the other tool, Vizio, Vizard is better for that, because each tool kind of has I would say each tool has more of a specific purpose and goal. I would say, like Opus Clip is very good for podcasts and just 13-minute YouTube videos, and then Vizard is good for like blogs, traveling, stuff like that, compilations. A lot of you guys ask me like, how do you get these tools specifically? So if you're a student, I did a lot of research. This is the list of products you can get if you're a student for a discount or for free. Google Gemini Advanced is free for 12 months. And then Perplexity Pro is free for 12 months. YouTube Student Learning, Student Beans, that site has Midjourney discounts, Canva discounts, 11 Labs. 11 Labs, I'll show you a demo of that today. And that was free. I got it for free for 12 months as well. And GitHub Student Developer Pack used to have Canva, but it has some great tools. You should definitely look into it if you're a developer. Another one is Azure for Students. Notion AI has a free student tier. And then Figma Education is good if you want to do graphics. They have some free stuff as well. And if you are another good site, that if you just don't want to pay full price for any of these products, you can go to g2g.com. I don't endorse it. Do at your own risk. But personally, for me, That's how I got my Canva subscription, my YouTube Premium subscription. I've had no problem. Even my PlayStation subscription. So this site's very reliable. Nice thing is you can talk with the sellers, and if anything goes wrong, you get a refund really fast. So that's really good about this. Another one is sharing this with a friend. So if you have a buddy, if you guys are like trying to study together and you have a best friend, you trust them like that level, you know, you can share like a Perplexity subscription or something. That's another thing you could do. So do not fear the AI. Use it to speed up your overall workflow. So like that could be like automated captions, color grading, vocal cloning, generative expansion. For background of 11 Labs, they are known to be the best at voice cloning. And this is what people do to really be really hands-off with their content. You can even duplicate your own voice, and you can have it narrate your own videos. You give it a script and it does that work for you. And so I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you guys something here. Let's do this one. Listen. Show you guys how that sounds.
Question. We become distrustful of this defining and separating, and find, as for example, Mazzini did.
So who here, if you didn't know that this was a demo, who here believes that this would have been a possible real voice? So this is a crazy. The good thing about this is that people who have disabilities or later in their life, they can't speak. Nice thing is that researchers have been able to take clips of people's voices and create a model that sounds exactly like them, just using this technology. So that's one of the best things about this stuff. It changed lives. All right, so next one is LLM Arena. So when you go here,
I have a question.
Sure.
Just now the voice, you just dump them the content, like the words.
Yeah. So and a lot of you guys talked about studying and stuff. Like I'm very much a auditorial learner. I can't. It's hard for me to read something and just be like I'm remembering it. I have to write it down or hear it. So you could like put your notes in here. It's just. All right, I'm gonna just do this one. Let's see. Oh wait.
What was the fan fiction about?
I have no clue. I don't know any of these.
Vacation trip looks interesting.
That might be your jam. No judge. I don't judge. Second chances. What's this? My mother's. Oh God. Okay. Oh, there you go. So there's create a voice. Okay, so we can create a voice. Who here wants to like give input?
I do.
Tell me what you want.
Nice, tall, deep voiced, athletically built man with a nice bass. That's 2 S's, bass and voice. Yeah.
Can we put particular person like
What do you want to add to this?
Taylor Swift?
What is it?
Taylor Swift song. Can they do that?
Wait, what is it?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor. Okay, Taylor. Let's see how crazy this one generates.
Flamboyant, deep voice.
Can they?
Never, ever, ever back together.
Can you make him speak with like?
Oh my God. Just appeared in my mind. Anybody else have any crazy suggestions for how our narrator should sound?
Wait, can you put raspy?
Raspy? Interesting. How do you spell that? R-A-S-P-Y?
Wait, I have one more suggestion.
Sure.
Can you make him have like some suave to him?
Can you make
Maybe.
Can you make them say they just did an ultra marathon?
All right, let's see how this goes. All right, let's see what this does. It's like no response return.
Copy it and try it refresh.
Maybe get rid of the Taylor Swift.
I gotta see this through. I have to see this through.
Yeah, get rid of Brian.
Get out of here, Brian. What? Hold on, let me.
Take off the Taylor Swift. Because
Yeah,
The reason I'm asking, some of those celebrities' voice like copyright.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it could be like no.
Dreams take flight on the wings of
That's my
imagination.
man right there.
Dreams take flight on the wings of Dreams take flight on the wings of imagination.
Okay, wait. Can you make him sound less like a demon? That's what I'm saying. The suave.
More uplifting. I think the Taylor Swift was like, it was like the AI was like, no, I can't do it. I can't copy. Probably legal reasons.
Can we just try?
Wise construction shapes a kinder, greener world.
That's him. That's him.
Alrighty.
Can we just try like Taylor Swift voice? Let's see, because this like you can mimic some other people's.
Let's see if it does it. I don't think it's gonna work because copyright, but we'll see.
Like,
Yeah, it doesn't let me. Yeah.
What about John Cena?
John Cena. Nope. Is it blocking it? I wonder.
I think they could, like Michael Jackson. I think they,
What if we try to describe how they talk and see if like we can mirror the celebrities?
Let's see.
My name is Michael Kent, for the good old American life.
Good old American life.
I would rather have questions. And the answer. It is not so important to know.
Our distrust is very just trust yourself. Then you will.
Life isn't about finding yourself. We make our own.
That sounds. That I've heard in so many AI videos. Let's see what.
because now it's really a concern like that this person really said those things. You can
Yeah, the legal issues. That's why the thing doesn't want to do it. Is there anybody else wants to like describe the voice, and I'll try to put it in and see what we create.
Can they do like accents like British?
I'm sure. British accent. Anybody else? Got any requests?
British to the standard. British people standard. Can you try like a Singaporean accent?
Signal.
That was a very wild if you combine them.
Singaporean
We'll see.
accent. I don't know if it's gonna work. No way. No way. This will be the last one for today.
Reports are later in Singapore, so I can tell.
Oh, nice.
The stars shine like beacons in the vast universe.
I can see it.
These are British. More British.
Yeah, more British.
The stars shine like beacons in the vast universe.
Can you just try Singaporean alone?
Let me see what that does.
So, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, they share the same kind of accent.
Let's see if that works. So in terms of marketing, this is good for like.
This is a magical playground for curious hearts.
This sounds like a Peppa Pig episode narration.
The forest is a magical.
All right, so that's that laugh.
Like the data set is calling.
All right, so we're almost done. So next one. Next. All right, so all right, class. Class is in session. All right, so we're gonna go talk. Almost done. So we're gonna talk about LLM Arena. So there's different. This thing is really good if you want to like look for models based on what your task you're trying to achieve. So like for math, it'll tell you the top like options like Claude Opus. Fortunately, that is a paid, really expensive model. You have to have the max version of Claude, but you could use Gemini 3.1 Pro. That does really good at math. I'm also know that Claude's really good at coding. So we're gonna see What's the newest coding LLM? Claude. This is why the US government's pissed off. They want this for themselves. That's why, because this is real power. They are, even on the overall charts, Anthropic's models are so much better than Chat. That's why they are rushing to make Chat GPT 5.5. Since they're like, shoot, we're trying to make 1 billion in revenue, have 1 billion users or whatever. So they're like, it's like an AI arms race. So each company is trying to compete. And so this one's good at, say you're trying to do some writing. This tells you the best options. Like DeepSeek. DeepSeek is a Chinese LLM. I think they copied a heavily source code from, I think, Chat, and that they kind of built and trained that on that data or something. So I'm not a huge fan of DeepSeek, but that is an offline model. Let's see what else. So this is Perplexity. So I'm gonna show you guys what I meant by health. So we go here. So this has like my sleeping, my heart rate, everything, and I can ask it. So this is all like GDPR privacy related, so that the data itself is safe. So what this does, it allows me to have personalized health advice based on my actual medical records. So it looks at my, it can look at your like your blood work. And it can kind of tell you, hey, you should have more vitamin D, something your doctor would say, but you can ask it more personalized questions. And let's see here.
How you input those data? Like you have like watch, like monitoring any seconds?
So I have a Samsung Galaxy Watch. So it's linked to Google Fit. And what it does, I go into Perplexity, click Health, and I link it to Google Fit. And then it's as a source. I'm able to get all that data and it can personalize my results.
So Google Pay collecting your data at any moment, then
Exactly.
send the data to Perplexity.
You guys can come on in. We got some great food. You guys can come on in. All right, so let's see what else.
How much do you trust the result?
You see that? Oh, sorry. Oh,
How
this.
much do you trust the result? Like
You do at your own discretion. Anything from an AI, you gotta double check your work. Take it with a grain of salt, but it is able to. It's always, for anything health related, you should talk to a medical professional, but this is a nice tool to have just whenever. You can ask it, interpret my blood work results, and it'll kind of give you an explanation. So this tracks my stress as well continuously. So it's able to look at that data, tell me, how do I personalize it? So that's the really cool thing about Perplexity. It's not just a chatbot. It's something where it's like an ecosystem for everything. You don't have to go to a lot of different sources. You don't have to install the app. You just click web. So all this does is that if you're on your own home network and you can open up on your iPhone this website and on your PC, and it'll show up, and you can really quickly upload and download videos really quickly. This is really great. You want to repeatedly be consistent with your content and posting it. So you can use those two platforms that I mentioned with Opus Clip and that other section, that other software, and that can do the regular uploads for you. And another one is making that content into bite-sized content, because having vertical videos is a new way to have a new general audience. It's the way, like, I would say it gets a lot more eyeballs than just a normal long-term video. If you want to get more leads, that's your way to do it. Another one is creating a video it can be long-term, like long form, and link it to your short-form content. So on YouTube, for our YouTube channel, I have like a vertical video and I link it to a 20-minute video, so that it converts that traffic from that high viewed video and it goes to that longer form content. And the next one is using AI to create assets. So that'll be the next slide. So this is how I created throughout AI Club, how we made our flyers. So these are the exact ways I did it. So when I said, so Armand, he's actually here today. So he said he didn't like how AI adjusted his face. because AI is not very good at faces. So what I told it is just remove everything, and I'm going to Photoshop him in manually. So that's what I did. And so I put his face down here, and I put all the general details all around it. The AI just gave me an idea, and I kind of built on top of that. This one is another speaker we had at an earlier meeting in the semester. His name is Brendan Jenkins, great guy. I asked AI to follow our aesthetic with the black and white, something that Armand has always been huge about with the flyers and branding. So I told them, make it like that, make it the modern style. And then the next one, this one's giant. So what I did is I gave it this picture of the speaker's face. And then I also went and took a picture of her LinkedIn. And I said, just take all this stuff and make it something relevant to people of my age, right? People that actually will care about it. So I said that in the prompt. I was like, make it short and simple, but make it pop out to students. Make sure it's the size of an Instagram post. So all these prompting strategies really helped make the flyer easily, not have to deal with all the editing. Another thing is adding like context to the post. So like what people do is they don't add like highlights to how it's going to engage them or help them directly. So if you look at a flyer, you're gonna see these three things, right? You're gonna realize this guy knows what he's talking about. He's really good at the specific topic, and people are gonna wanna learn from him. So having these 3 bullet points are key to gauging that audience, the students, right? So then obviously a call to action, you wanna have a clear call to action, where people need to go, how they can sign up for that event. Have that somewhere at the bottom. All right, this is also another one. This one is by Dr. Aline Rosler. I gave it our description, and I was like, hey, I want you just to make something simple, keep it the black-white aesthetic, but implement the photo in well. And so it did a great job there. Oops. Another one is this as well. Like, remember the first slide, how I asked AI to remove everything related to the person? That's something you can do as well. If you notice the AI is not doing the face as you like it to, you can tell it, just make me blank spaces. And then you can Photoshop that into manually. So now I put in photos in after the fact. And there's another one as well. This is a nice little flyer, also generated. And see, it says it's exactly the Gen Z, yes. Exactly the Gen Z stop scrolling vibe you wanted. So edgy. So I make a really clear hook. Building AI is easy, but trusting it isn't. The reason I picked that is because it's something people can relate to. A lot about content creation is creating content where people have some sort of idea what it's about, or they feel the same way. You want to attract that audience. So that's what I made the headline is. Another one, this is a great thing. This is like my guide personally with how I prompt AI. Like this is like S tier type stuff right here. Like number 1 is role-based prompting. Say, if you're trying to prepare for a job interview, you're like, hey, act as if you're the interviewer. What kind of questions would you ask me? How would you rate my interview and my questions? Another one is summarize. Summarize in 5 to 10 bullet points. Be really specific. The more specific you are, the AI knows where to go. If you just ask it very general information, you'll find that it'll frustrate you and you'll get like, why is it not doing? Most likely it's either using a raw model, you're not using thinking mode, or you're not prompting it correctly. That's one of the 2 things. Use strong verbs. Really describe what you want to achieve. Having these AI tools work for you is like having a superhuman computer, a sidekick, like literally. Like it's crazy to me. It's like science fiction that you can have a tool that can do all these things, but you got to know how to use it in this era. With everybody, I talked to a lot of people at the cybersecurity panel, a lot of professionals, a lot of people who are in the industry, they are embracing AI, and that affects every one of us. And so knowing this stuff is going to put you ahead of your career, knowing how to use these tools effectively. Another one is context. So as I said before, knowing how to look back at your previous chats, saying, hey, look at my previous chat about how I thought about this or what I thought about that topic, and now create me a personalized plan. And the AI will do a really good job. That's something people don't really utilize. Sometimes they'll just re-prompt with the same information when you don't need to. You just need to say, hey, look back at my previous chat and tell me everything about this topic that I've mentioned, or summarize it. And it can do a great job with that. Another one is stating your end goal. You need to be really precise with what you want to achieve. So if you're trying to create an image, you want to say generate. If you want to create a description, you need to say description. You need to be really exact with what you want, with how you want it formatted, how you want it to be structured. And you can be the devil's advocate. Be like, how would you do this if you were me? How would you solve this if you were me? And these are like the questions that can really help you get the most out of your AI tool. Let's see what else. So yeah, so just wrap it up. And we got a really big event tomorrow I'm really excited for. My team's been incredibly hard at work. I want to give shout out to like Isabella, Arush, Samir, my big team. We have been tremendously working with student involvement and working with the VP of Mason to organize this big event for you guys, for students. We have a numerous of organizations we've coordinated with, and this is happening tomorrow. Unfortunately, I checked the website last night, and there's no open registration. Maybe you guys can get in. I don't think they'll say anything, but it is a really great event to go to. They provide the lunch, breakfast, and our section is from 2 to 2:30. So I think it's either 4 or 4:30 or 2 to 3:30. I'll double check. Wait, no, 2 to 2. Yeah, so it's from 2 to 2:40 precisely. And then after that, it's like the Microsoft engineers and their training. And so we're going to have like CS Club, Society and Technology Club, Women in Cybersecurity, Patriot Hacks, and Society of Engineers. We're doing this really big collab, and we're really excited for what's come tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys for attending. Now, of course, come give a big round of applause to Jonathan as well. Give this man a big applause.
No, I just wanted to thank everyone. Like, who came because of AMA? I know y'all did, yeah. And then those three. Yeah, I wanted to say thank you to everyone. This is our last event of the semester, so super happy. He kind of came in clutch with the AI and content creation. I didn't have to yap about it.
How can I trust you?
Well, I'll pull a Zuckerberg, but it's like they're trying to optimize their resources. So it's like, why would I have someone on the phone trying to get a lead when I can have AI, which we didn't even go over, but build an entire marketing pipeline or funnel they're using just to, in general, like attract the leads and get rid of those not interested. And it's also like identifying key decision makers. Because like I've been in that position where I've gone to a networking event and I'm like, I don't know who the hell's the one that's actually signing a contract with me. So being able to find out those decision makers ahead of time that hopefully you've already converted. And that's why a lot of it's with like the business side of LinkedIn. You get a lot of those, what you're saying, you don't trust from like AI chatbots and stuff. But the actual follow-up for your lead gen, yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask. Like everyone that came from AMA, do you want to see more AI like focused events, maybe like future collaborations again? Like, was this fun?
Raise your hand.
Okay, I will pass that along.
Great, so thank you guys for attending. I hope this wasn't too much of a pessimistic presentation. The whole point is I want to share with you guys that AI is something you guys should embrace and use as a tool to help progress your marketing strategies and your careers, and use it as a resource as students to help you guys achieve whatever you want to achieve. This is just like the internet. Like it's an age, the internet kind of brought everybody together. AI is the thing that kind of allowed having this superhuman intelligence to do something incredible. And I think it can be used for good, can be used for bad, it can be used for good, but I think we should all lean towards using it as a great tool to help assist with making great content. And that is what I want to end off on.